Hey everyone, it's Stacy from mypetitegarden. Welcome back to another video, and welcome if you're new here. Thank you so much for stopping by. In this video, we're gonna spend a couple of cozy late autumn days together. We're gonna just go about my normal daily routine and do a little bit of plant chores, some plant unboxing. One of the days just happened to be a rainy day, so there were a lot of cozy vibes going on. So I hope you enjoy this video, and let's get started. It's finally starting to feel a little bit like winter here in New York, and during the colder season is when I really thrive and I find that I feel the best. So this is the time when I am the happiest. And during the summer and the spring, I find myself not as happy. I don't know if anybody else can relate, but I like the colder seasons a lot more than the warmer seasons. Every morning when I wake up and open the curtains and the blinds, it's actually very calming for me, and it's a way for me to welcome the day and help me de-stress, because in the mornings I do get quite a bit of anxiety anticipating what the day will bring. So when I go through this routine of mine, it actually helps me stay calm and helps with my anxiety. Anxiety is something I've dealt with my whole life. But ever since I've become a mom, I feel like my anxiety has probably tripled, and maybe a lot of you out there as moms can relate as well. But it's something that I'm still learning how to manage every single day. I sold a book on Pango Books. I don't know if you guys have ever bought or sold books on that app. I've been using it recently to sell some of my used books and some of the books that I've read and maybe didn't love. So it's a great way to pass on some books that you may have that you don't think you'll ever reread, or you think that you won't ever get to. So I'm gonna pack that and mail that out today. It's actually a very cloudy and rainy day for the whole day today, so it's time to light some candles. And it's been a while since I've actually lit my candles, so I'm definitely not going to pass up this opportunity. have some Hoya cuttings that I was trying to root in water originally, but for some reason these wouldn't root, and one of them, this one here, actually looks like it's about to rot. If not, the stem is already rotted because it's turned yellow. So what I'm gonna do is stick them into fluval stratum and hope and pray that they will take root, and we'll see what happens. So this one is the Hoya passiflora, and the other one I have there with the rounded leaves is my Hoya ETS10. These are just some little cuttings that I took from the original mother plants, and hopefully they will root in stratum, but we'll cross our fingers and see what happens. Usually my Hoyas have no issues rooting in water, but for some reason these two cuttings did not take root in the water that I had it in. So I'm not sure if it had anything to do with the container or it's just these two cuttings, but we'll see how it does in stratum, because usually stratum will always do the trick. I'm gonna head out now for some lunch and dessert, and also mail out the book that I sold. It's a new day and it is a beautiful sunny day. And this morning I have some time to do some reading before I get up. I was reading Masters of Death by Olivia Blake. I have since finished the book and it was really good. This was my first Olivia Blake book and her writing is really, really beautiful, and I'll definitely be picking up more books by her. It's time to hop on to work, and I had some early morning meetings, so that's what I spent most of the morning doing. For lunch, we went to a new cafe that opened recently. The decor inside this cafe was absolutely stunning. There was floor-to-ceiling floral wallpaper and it was beautiful. The items were a little bit on the pricier side, but the food was really good. After we got back from lunch, I was anticipating a package to arrive and it was plant mail. I had ordered 2 more plants from the seller that I had bought from in my previous video, and I had bought 2 more codex plants. The first one here that I am unboxing is a Stephania. I cannot say the name, so I'll put it on the screen. It is very similar to a Stephania erecta, and to be honest, I'm not sure I can even tell the difference, except for maybe the stem color of this one is pink, and the Stephania erecta, I believe, is not pink, if I recall correctly. And then the second one here that I ordered is an Elephantippus Dioscora. I might have that reversed, but I will put the name on the screen again. And I was a little bit surprised because they both arrived with leaves. I was just expecting to get the little bulb, the codex part of it, but they actually came with leaves and I was pleasantly surprised. A lot of the soil actually did come out of the pot in transit, so I'm going to put them into smaller pots and fill it up with the soil and maybe replenish some of the soil if I can. Wow. I was actually really surprised with the size of the root system on this Stephania. So I think I'm going to need a bigger pot for that plant. But let's first pot up the Dioscorea. I put in some pon as well on the bottom as a layer. And the reason why is just because I find that my codex plant prefer less peat moss or just more rocky soil. So that's what I've been potting them up in. And that's also the reason why I mixed in some pon, just to kind of fill it up a little bit more, and then I'll add back some of those soil that it came in. I always tend to underpot my codex plants, meaning I will usually put it in a smaller pot versus a bigger pot, just to avoid the chances of overwatering and then rotting the bulb. Because it's codex, I know that it can hold on to water and I shouldn't have to worry too much about it going through drought. So I almost always have them in terracotta. And it's just a personal preference. I know people who grow them in all different types of pots and mediums, but for me, this is the way I prefer to do it. So this is the pot I ended up using, and it's just a little bit bigger than the one I had originally chosen. I think this one, the roots will have just enough room to grow. I don't know if you guys remember, but I actually used to have a Stephania erecta and I really loved it, but ultimately during the time when I just didn't really have a lot of time to spend taking care of my plants, I think it got mealybugs really bad and I just couldn't get rid of it. At some point it just completely took over, and I think in the end I had to get rid of it. It was sad, but I just had to do what was best for me and the plant at the time. The leaves on this one looks like it's starting to wilt a little bit already, so I'm not sure if they're going to survive. I might have to keep an eye on it and maybe clip it back and just see when it'll regrow again. So we'll see. Later that evening, we took our son to a holiday light festival, and it was absolutely beautiful. It was our first time going to any type of light festival, and our son is finally old enough to enjoy these type of things. So we had a great time. It was a little bit chilly, but we bundled up, and it was so beautiful. The lights were absolutely just surreal. I am amused at how they set all of this up. There were different themes in different sections of the park, and I think it would be such a great time for all the kids. So if you have any local to you, definitely check it out.
Let's go back this way.
That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye!